Hi, this is one of the videos in which I'm gonna tell you some tricks on how to recode some variables. This is especially when we use individual data. And we know now how to use pivot tables, and there's already several videos on how to go about it, and you can recode some of these categories within the pivot tables itself. But also you have the option of make the recode before you do the pivot table, and this is what I'm gonna show you. In this case, we have a list of individuals and their family relationship, and then you see that we have different things: grandmother, aunt, lawyer, servant, but we don't really want that much variability, and we would like to reduce everything to spouse, children, or family, and rest. So this would be how we want it to be. So we're going to use the if command, the if function, to do that. So first I'm going to show you how to do the if. So just let me bring something for a second, and then yeah. So if conditions work like this. This is very simple. So we start with an equal and we say if something equals to something else, put this value, and that would be the case. So if the cell has the value wife, then just write somewhere else spouse, and then we could just say that what do we do if that condition is not met. Let me just put example so you can see it better. So we have here, we do the equal and we will start the if, and then we see the condition. The condition is that the cell that we want to recode, family relationship, is equal to wife. We're just gonna want first start with wife, and we put it within quote because it is a text. Then we write a comma and then see. Excel is telling us that we now need to add the value if this condition is met. If B2 is wife, we want this variable to be now spouse. Again, we put quotes, and then we put a comma, and what do we do if it's not met? In this case, we're not going to do anything. So we just put double quotes, we close the parentheses, and we go hit. Nothing happens. Let me extend it down and then see if we've made something. And see, something happened. So what our function goes and analyze if it looks at B2, grandmother, if it is the same as wife. In this case, it is not, so it does nothing. It takes the following one. It looks if it is the same as wife, and then if it is not, it does nothing. But when it reaches here, wife, we see wife is equals to wife, so this is positive, so it assigns the word that we have chosen, spouse. So that's perfect. We could do something else. Instead of saying nothing, we could say not spouse and see what would happen. Just stand it down again, overriding the previous one, and then we would find a spouse when it is a spouse and not a spouse in all the other cases. This is not particularly helpful, so I'm just going to go back to this one. And then we do the spouse. So this is what we can do, but it's kind of limited if we can only do one condition. The beauty of this, the possibilities of the if, is that, see what we can do here, is that we can put several conditions. We can write our condition, the new value, and the alternative value, and put another condition, another value, and continue on and on and on. Let me show how it's done. So here we have already our formula. It gives nothing now, but let's see. We just put an and then we start again. We again refer to B2 because we're always going to be referring to 2, and then see what happens if we write now, let's go husband, and then say again spouse. Nothing else, and we close. Oh, there was some mistake. Let me see, what did we do? We forget the if. And now we go. No, it doesn't want to go. And if, yeah, sometimes it likes it. So go down, and we see that now husband and wife are assigned its own new variable. So it is family family relationship 2. And we could build more of this. So I would say and if, and I will write again the same thing. be 2. And I will start now saying, okay, let's see now if we find child. I'm going to write in children or nothing. And it works. And another if, another bit 2, in this case daughter, again children, nothing. And then see what we have made. Let's see that it's working out. And then see now that we have children. So what we would have to do is just continue writing ands and ifs until we would be able to fill out and create the new recoded variable. And this is how it's done. Sometimes it would be better to use it directly within the pivot tables, but in other cases, this is a very convenient way of recoding things and quite simple. You only need to know the if, and then remember if the condition is met, write this, otherwise write this other thing.